Hello guys, so let's try to make a new prediction, but first let's recap. Right, let's recap what we had last week. So let's see. Check. Right, this is used. Check something. This is a spy. All right. So this is a picture from the. This is a spy 60. Let's check. We have else. Right. This is the 4 hour. So last prediction, the picture is taken from the YouTube I posted last week, that we're gonna push down first and then push lower, and on, see it here, push to the 405, and what we did, push for the almost 410, push higher to the 421 and lower. So this was for the SPY. If we check the minutes, you can see it here, push below to close the gap, push higher and then drop, and this is what we did. Push lower to close the gap, push higher. So we can check later for the Qs. Just open the Qs where it was. If we're gonna check the Qs, this is the power chart. So the Qs push lower to the 313, push higher, then push to the 305. Basically did exactly as we. So let's close. So now let's focus on next week prediction. So just by looking at this chart, if we make it larger, this is the power chart. See, there was a break. The trend is negative now, and it's big negative. It break the 200 and close below, and aftermarket it close below the 405. So seems that it want to push lower. You can see divergence here created, and this is the reason why it broke so drastically. Push so high, indicator, but price action was very slow, and then basically broke. See the big volume coming in. So the momentum is for the downside. So it seems that it want to push 400 is a nice number, but I do think it will push much lower to the, I think, to this zone. And maybe we could even try to close. There is a gap of 390, so it can push here, maybe bounce, and even there. And we close gap in this place. We have one gap, we have two gaps. This is no, there is no gap here, and there is a gap here. So 1, 2, 3. We close the 4, close the 5th. Yeah. So we have 3 more gaps to close, and I think this week we're gonna close gap behind. So let's just verify, see if there is something else to notice. So in the SPY, might be a V shape, and also remember there is a gap here to close at the 420. Not here, sorry, here. This is a gap above a little bit, because you can see the close here sorry, the close here is 422 and the high here is 421. There is a small gap here to close and also a small gap here. So this is very positive because even if the market will drop down, we know that at some point, maybe in 1 month long, it can reverse and come back to its high at 430, which is good. But at the moment, key point is the 396, 395 area, and it can even drop again to the 380 because there is a gap, so we can even drop here. If we take Fibonacci level from this, that we can see a nice 61, 394, 393, and if we reach below, means that we are in a big downtrend. So it can be resumed the downtrend, and we can see there is the momentum broke the zero. There is all the three momentums are negative. Try to be a little bit positive, but I think that I know that we are in deep oversold area, so there could be a jump, but this jump, let me try to show you something. All right, you can see this drop like those candle, 1, 2, red candle. So this is, see what happened, even took a little bit lower, and what the stochastic did, move a little bit higher, so it can even push try to go sideways, which means that it can go a little bit higher and then drop again price and create a divergence for the upside, because this is go something like this, so it can go and reverse. So it can do here same move, and you can even, this is not as much as this move, but you can see that this is a straight line, this is going up and then moving up and then down. So even can do something like this and then go close the gap. It will be very good if you close the gap and then move higher, then try to retest the 200 again, see if it won't reach this place or if it wants to break again higher. At the moment, the momentum is big negative, and see what happens when it's turned negative. It could, let me show you something else. There it is. This is momentum negative, a little bit negative. Try to push higher and then break. So be very careful from the next reversal, because the next reversal can be very pain, because it could bring all, because this is some sort of V, the started of a V. So we can drop, close the gap, then push higher, then break. So this is one scenario. So let's check, see what we. The algo is saying that it wants to reach to the 396. There is some sort of divergence, so it could make a reversal, but not yet. There is no indication of reversal yet. And yes, it could continue lower, and then when it pushes lower, then it will create a nice divergence of to the upside. Let's check the 1 hour chart. You can see them moving up, moving up, moving up, moving up. This is the break of the trend. So this is the break, and it broke from here. And good scenario could be that where it is, this is the 390. It's gonna be very long. That push higher again, bring the buyers, and then fade away and break, because this is now beginning of a downtrend. But remember, there are many buyers that are in profit, so they won't be afraid, and they took some profit here. They won't be afraid to take new position, half position, and then re-enter and push the market to the upside. But it will be very hard, because to resume the uptrend could be very hard. There is no divergence here. There is the divergence of short continuation. See it here. This is higher high. This is lower high. This is short continuation. Very easy to see. But I like those gaps which need to be filled. 3 gaps. So maybe next week will be just moving, close all the gaps. Then moving up, I think it will try to close one more gap, then moving higher, but known as September is known that it's a red month. So maybe with the big momentum, we'll push very low. So I will see the volume on the 1 hour chart. You can see it here again. You can see the continuation to the downside. So at the moment, let's continue with the Qs, but at the moment the SPY seem negative. Let's go with the Qs. Qs basically the same. Still leading indicator. There is no divergence from here. This is the divergence of the short continuation. You notice it broke the uptrend here, and at the moment it seems that it want to push to the 295. Let's check. So at the moment, it's want to reach to the 300 even. Maybe try to close this gap to 95. For 300. The next step, if it breaks 300, next step is not that good, is the 286. This is this line. So I don't know, if it reached to the 300, why not just close and bounce back up, take inside all the short sellers and then squeeze them up to the upside. At the moment, big momentum to the 300, what I see. Because the momentum is so downside, let's go to the 4 hour chart. You can see it here. Next, this is the big gap here, 295. And this is a negative, which is not that good. Again, this is moving a little bit up, so if it crosses below, we'll continue lower. And to do this shape, do a little bit extreme, but see what happened there. You can see it here. Exactly, but this one came above. This is now below. So this is like this one. So it can do a move to the downside. This is the reversal. So it seems more likely that it will be a gap down, move to the upside. Buyers will have the opportunity to buy cheap, sideways move, maybe reversal, and then a break. Or if this is the move, gap down, sideways move from below, close the gap, and let's check those gap here. This is one gap. I think this is it, and this is the second gap. So 1, 2, 3. And from above there is 1 and 2. So those are good gaps because it means at some point that Qs will reach to close them, and probably with a good momentum and higher. So this is the positive way of looking in a downtrend in the market. So it closed below, break the 305. From the 305, we'll try to bounce from the 300. I believe it will close the gap with the momentum, maybe a spike, and then push to the upside. So nothing new here. It's going to be very short prediction. At the moment, there is no divergence to the upside, even though it's in a big oversold phase. You can see what big oversold phase do. It can go sideways and move down. So even if it goes sideways, it go down. You can see it here. Try to move up, but in a downtrend. So stochastic can try to move up, and this won't be good, because if the stochastic will move up and the price sideways, it will mean short continuity. It will mean that the buyers don't have enough power to push price higher. So any move with the stochastic higher, but the price won't, it means that the sellers are in control and will push the price down. So very careful. Down market. So Tesla. Let's see if Tesla can save us. Tesla did a split, so this is the price now. Again, move up, move up, move up, break of the trend. This is a nice move. Coming back up, close the gap, and decided to go on a downtrend. So levels are the 260, and let's check it here. Yeah, 266, even 260, and below the 260 we have to be careful. Below this line we have to be very careful, because if it breaks below, we're going to see new low. And for the longer term, this is for the longer term, not that good, and we could hit the low of the 220 here. This is not that good. So it could push even the market to the downside. Let's check the 4-hour chart, see how it looks. I put those lines, rearrange them divided by 3. So the new target, you can see that Tesla is basically strong versus the market. The market changed its direction. It's turned to the downtrend, but Tesla is still strong, it's still struggling. Stay above. The momentum is above the 0, which is good. But if it breaks the 282, close below and reach to the 200, it will break to the 255. So be very careful. There is no divergence yet. It closed below this one, and let me check this. This is 795. This is 6. So be very careful from the 280. If it breaks the 280, it will break the divergence and continue lower to the 255. At the moment, the indicators seem that we want to push to the 266. We have to break the 280 to do so, because there are some key points here, and you can see the volume. Let's check the volume. Probably the nice volume, and you can see it, what happened there, indecision. So this is a spot of some buyers and bounce price back up. The momentum try to be negative, but it needs to break the 280. So if you open with a gap down below the 280, guys, be careful from bounce and then coming low to the 255. So this is it. So below the if it breaks to the 255, guys, below 220 area. Very good. Let's go for Apple. So Apple, you can see it's changing the trend to a negative, didn't close it, so probably will open with a gap down and finish closing to the downside. I think it's closed below, yes, below, so it will probably try to bounce from the 160. It's a round number. Again, this is a little bit extreme, so I hope for a V-shaped move, so something like this, and then try to get indication what the markets want to do. So if it open with a gap down, they're probably gonna be a move up. This is a bounce, and probably that cat bounce, because this is basically a dive to the 200 and bounce, then coming back to the 150 again, all over again. Will it close the gaps from the up? I don't think so, like it did from here. This is it left the gap, left the gaps, so probably now leave a gap, leave a gap, leave a gap, then try to come later. So close the so very short. mRNA basically fading out. This was the nice move we are looking for, and now basically moving down. Where you want to move down? Could try to bounce from the 135 here when it touched, but it seems that it want to move lower. If it moves lower, it could just break the 120 again, which is not that good. Buyers could come in, but at the moment, down momentum. This is not good because it's all red September all over again. It could bounce from the 130, but it seems that the momentum won't reach here. Let's see, the momentum is in a deep, which is good because you can see a nice divergence. This is going up, so I want to see a big volume. I don't see here the volume. I want to see a big volume coming in and give indication that the buyers want to push the price higher. So from the 130 maybe. If it break the 130, it will break the divergence probably. At the moment there is no continuation, just fading out. It seems that the momentum will try to be positive. So we just need it not to close. I don't want to see it like this way. I want to see the momentum try to break the zero line. So should go sideways, and probably as mRNA like to do. mRNA like to spike down, bring the short, and then moving up, squeeze them to the upside. So at the moment, I will watch closely on the 130. If it open with a gap down exactly at the 130, I will ready for a bounce or a scalp maybe, and then try to look for a short or divergence or some sort of short continuation. So yeah, let's check the 1 hour. You can see it here. You can probably tell maybe, I don't know, this is the pressure to the downside. Squeeze them up and pressure again. So probably a move of almost 40, 120 all over again. Could be. Let's go to BA. BA was a little bit strong. You can see the move down with BA managed to hold the price at the 165 area, which is nice. It here, it didn't break, which is good. Oh, just saying us you have opportunity to take short, because you can see it here. This is the divergence short, but it didn't close here as most of the stock did. So we have an opportunity to go down, which we didn't feel like the market, or yeah, just being strong, but the oil price is up, the momentum is down. Any move to the downside, any red candle will push the price lower. This is BA. Let's go Mara. Probably at 7, I think. No, right. Moving with the market, not big thing, nothing much. There is, if it managed to bring a green candle, if let's say small green candle and get a divergence, but I wanted to enter with this divergence, I will wait for confirmation. And at the moment, sorry, try make it more straight line, something like this, something like this. I won't enter it to, and then go up. At the moment, this is a trend, seem negative, push even to the 8. This is a gap here to close and then bounce. Let's go for right. Right was at 7, I think, didn't move much. Yeah, bounce from the Fibonacci, probably will touch it and then try to bounce up. Very, yeah. Let's check the gold. Gold is very interesting. You can see why. This is it. Stock market move lower, the gold move lower. Again, where is the money? Money going for the cash, and going for bonds, and going for oil, and not that good that money is not going for gold, because this is an hedge if it's going for gold. So if there is an inflation, gold should rise, and it's just don't get. The momentum is positive, there is short, it's moving like the market. So this is weird. Careful from it. I don't like the gold at the moment. Seems that it want to move lower with the market, but I don't know. Very weird at the moment. Check the oil. Let's check Oxy, which you can see the investments of Buffett push stock higher. Now it's resting. There is no volume, so not many people selling. So this is a small profit taking just to bring more buyers in much cheaper price to try to push price higher. And this is the break, which is good. I don't like Oxy because usually when it breaks, it will fade. You can see it here. It broke and faded. This is what it did. This, let's say this is the high, it breaks, it fades. It breaks almost, fade a little bit, then go. It probably could fade again and bring the buyers and do it all over again. I don't like it, but it just gives you indication what the market likes to do. So, Meta. What about Meta? Meta probably stays strong. Yeah, Meta didn't break the 160. A little bit strong. Let's hope it can hold the 155, 160. Because if it can hold, it means that it want to push higher. Eventually, it will push higher. At the moment, there is a short continuation. It's move, and it now can hold the 160 all over again. Check the 1 hour chart. You can see this is the 155. This is a very good bounce area. But now the buyers came in here, 155, the big volume, all right? And again, orange candle, and again, orange, they entered. So this is a defending zone. This is a big defending zone, and you can see it here, orange. So they defend it here. Now it pushed lower with the market. So let's see if the buyers will defend 160. If it will, we see a nice green candle, let's say above the 162. You can see another push to the upside. But at the moment, the market will determine what each stock will do. So let's sum it up. Guys, big downtrend, big move. This could be a V-shape, but where is the bottom? Don't know. I think it will reach and try to close the 390 at the moment. The algo is saying 396 area. This is the area it wants to bounce, so it can bounce and then bounce again and move down to 390. From there, and try to find a good entry. At the moment, I'm a negative bias. Be very careful of a gap down, because a gap down to the 400 bounce, and if we see a bounce and closing gap at 405, it could just be continuation to the down trend. So be very careful, because this is, you can see it here, this is a big area of a downtrend. I know you can put a line here with the gaps here, but this is a big area. This is a distribution move up, and there is this zone which the price want to reach here, and this is the next price want to reach. So there is a very good potential in September that we're gonna see a red September. It wouldn't be just moving exactly here, be moving sideways until it reach, and then in October, November, December try to push higher. Let's hope so. So this is it, guys. Hope you like this prediction. It's for me a little bit basic, simple, because with a big push, big momentum, don't fight it. Just look and wait for, and at the moment the entry is not yet building the divergence, but not yet. So thank you guys, and good luck.